tube like this at home, you're welcome to use anything that has any resistance. So either a longer tube, tied around a couple of times, or even things like dumbbells and medicine balls can work as well. Alright, so we're going to do the same pattern, just with a little bit of resistance. So, second stretchy, pull back, shikodachi.
Good. Guys, notice how when Sensei did the shikodachi, both knees are pushed out. Please make sure if you're using resistance, you're not allowing it to pull your knees in.
So same thing again.
Good.
Back. Shikodachi. And your way. One more time this way. Woo. Your way. Good, now I'm going to go the other way. Again, you guys can choose, you can go forward with this one as well. You don't have to go side to side. It's just easy with me with the camera. So, Zego touch, cat stance, shikodachi. Good, hold it there. And back to your way. And again. And one more time. Good, so I'm going to keep the tube around my legs. Again, guys, if you're using a tube just above the ankles, so you don't restrict your movement, this time I'm actually going to break that down. So the first movement there is from a hyperdachi into Zengatsudachi. So I'm actually going to do 5 of those. And back. So that was 1, 2, back. Also guys, when you go back, okay, make sure you're not letting your legs spring back. Okay, that's poor form. So from here, make sure you lock it. Good. And back. One more time. Lock it. And back. Good. Now I'm going to do the same movement to the other side. So, Zengatsudachi. Good. Lock it. Back. Again. Good. Back. Okay, again. And back. Again, guys, it doesn't actually matter what you are doing with your hands. The important thing here is legs, your connection. So obviously, you want your butt nice and tight. You want your core nice and contracted here. Okay. Next stance, neko washidachi. So turn. Good. And back. Alright, make sure, I know you guys at home, you got this one. Make sure you guys are sitting down in that one. Good, and back. One more time on this side. There we go. Excellent, back. Switching to the other side. Again guys, if you're going forwards, that's fine. Try the other leg. Okay. And back. Good. And back. And one more. And back. Alright, last one, shikodachi. So, this is a nice one. So make sure your feet in hyperdachi aren't too far apart. on the Shigodachi. Ready? Itch. 8. Here. And back. Good. If you've got a tube, you can take off the tube. And if you're wearing your knees at home, just like in the dojo, make sure you straighten out knees and face up the class. Puss.
Fantastic.
Puss.
Thank you.
Sensei.
Thank you, Sensei Liz.
Puss.
I think I've sorted out what the mic issue is. So just while people are grabbing some water, I'm going to just change the audio source and all you can do with technology, as my tech man Lee says, is cross your fingers, toes, and eyes and eyebrows, and hope for the best. So anyway, bit of a sound check here. So if I can get some indication on the chat, if the volume is okay, please. I'm sure Simon will be the first to tell me. Not that he likes to complain or anything. It's all good, Simon. It's all good. But please let us know on the chat. All right. So first of all, apologies for the technical issues that we've had tonight. So they seem to be mainly with our upstream and, there's clouds. It's Australia, and we use Australian internet, and there's clouds in the sky, so the internet is slower. So we're back on the Aura now. So Aura is currently behaving. So thanks to Sensei Liz for a good warm up there. I loved that that flexible, slightly wider band around the lower legs for stance strengthening. That's absolutely fantastic. I will have to incorporate that into my routine. And I think we'll also need to do a video for more novice and intermediate people on how to do that exercise properly and get that up on Patreon. That'd be great. Anyway, how about we start with a bit of a run through of Unsu to date. Let me just check. I reckon Simon's typed something in. Okay, super clear, super good now. Well, I'm glad that you are, bloody clouds. Okay, all right, so let's do an Unsu walkthrough, guys. A little bit of a walkthrough. So feel free to tilt and turn your device. So from this position here, right foot out, hands come up to the center and out like so. Then right leg forward, nekowashidachi, and double this one. Okay, left hand pulls back and strike and recover and step. Right hand pulls back, strike and recover. No blowing off the smoke until the third one. So the third one, cha, and back. And now you can blow the smoke. All right, Sanchindachi to the left, kakete, and Gyakuzuki. Front foot across, 180 degrees, turn, kakete, and Gyakuzuki again. Then remember that left foot goes across, but keep it behind, kakete, and Gyakuzuki. Now we drop, kick left, right, and up. Good. From that position there, remember we come up to shiko, hands meeting in the middle or the center, and out. Then we turn, feet together, step back, strike one, step up, feet together, strike two. Now, don't do the full Fonzie from here. Just bring the hand behind the head. Left hand comes up. Kick, drop, uchiuke, sweep, right foot, turn, punch. Good. Then back foot goes across, turn. Then we kick, land, left leg forward. Sweep, turn, punch. Good. Then from that position, what we're going to do is we're going to pull back into Haikodachi. Good. From this position here, I want your hands to just come down into not a relaxed position, but just down by the side of your body here. Okay, and relax. So it's time to show you or share with you the next piece of the kata. Sadly tonight, due to our technical issues, not to dwell too much on them, it will mean that we don't get to do as much of Unsu as I'd planned, but in a way that's a good way because it means you have to come back next week for more Unsu. Okay, and possibly follow us over to Patreon. Okay, because I'm not going to be teaching Unsu on YouTube anymore. All right, so watching. I'll demonstrate from this angle first. So from this position here, we're going to step in. Your left hand is going to pull back, hikite, and your right hand is going to block nagashi, or across. Then from here, you're going to strike like so. Then we're going to step, and then we get this turn, block punch section, turn, boom, 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 boom. All that sort of thing. I know that some of you have practiced Unsu in the past, or you've maybe seen Unsu in competition. So I'm just giving you a quick sort of little look at that. Okay, let's have a look in the context of the Embu-san, so the actual floor plan. So we came back to this position here. All right, so Sensei Liz is going to join me now. If you feel that you need to watch again, then that is absolutely fine. So I'll try to make my verbal instructions really clear. So we're going to step in with the left leg into shikodachi on a straight line, and your left hand is going to pull back, ready for a nukite. So step in, left hand back. Now from that position, block nagashi with the right hand. Now from here, extend the left while bringing the right hand back and around. Good. Now pivot, step forward, right leg forward, and strike, block, whatever you want to think of that as, whether you think of it as a block or a strike at this stage, it does not concern me. I want you to get that action there. Then we're going to put our back foot across, turn, block with the left, strike with the left, whatever you want to call it, punch, gakuzuki. Now put your back foot across, turn, block, strike with the right, whatever you want to call it, punch with the left. Good. Now back foot goes across again, turn into neko ashidachi. The left hand is going to come underneath your right hand, your hikite, and kakite. Very good. Let's go through that again. So, heikodachi and hands down. Step in, left leg forward, shiko. Wind up and block with the left and block with the right, and extend and come around. Good. Step forward, strike. Good. Front foot across, my apologies, front foot across here, block, punch, back foot across, block, punch, back foot across, neko ashidachi, hand comes underneath, kakite. Very good. Let's do that again. So, from the haikodachi, step in left leg shiko, go. Step in left leg shiko, and around. Good. Turn, step, strike. Front foot across, turn, block, punch. Back foot across, turn, block, punch. Back foot across, neko ashidachi, left hand goes underneath, and kakite. I'm going to ask Sensei Liz and yourselves to practice that sequence now, just from the haiko, 5 times. When you've done that, go through from the start of the kata to there 3 times. Go. We missed the second Fonz. Oh, Sensei Stephen. Yes, he's right. You're right, Sensei Stephen. I missed the second Fonz. I am so sorry. It is absolutely fantastic to have good black belts who remind you of all the things that you miss. and don't do properly. Especially very observant ones like Sensei Stephen. So make sure, keeping in mind social distancing, come back to that position there. So guys, I'll get you to just listen in. So as this hand comes out, this one comes more around in this action here. So if I put a bit of pressure here and you push back now, that's it. It's that feeling there. Good. That way. Excellent. All right, and continue. So just make sure that hand's coming around like this, guys. Good, yeah, that's fine. Stay there. Try and get that one back more that way. Yeah, like say pi. So like in say pi where we step back and that hand comes that way. Similar to say pi, guys. Pi. Pi. I had a pie today. Sadly, not my favourite pie. It wasn't a apple and rhubarb, but it was a steak and cheese, and it was delicious. Delicious pie. Okie dokie. Very good. How are we going at home in our home dojos? All right, we'll just have another couple of minutes on that. Good, Sensei Liz. What rep are you on?
I have no idea.
Very nice. What, counting? Me either. All right. I think what we might do is we might actually just go through it together, and everybody in their home dojo can follow along with us, and that way we can all lose count together. All right. So from this position here, ready, itch, knee, itch. So neko ashidachi and block. Knee, san, yon, itch, knee, san, yon, itch, knee, san, yon. 1、かけて、 2, 3, 4. All right, 1, step across, kakete, 2. Drop to the first count, 1, 2, hold that kick up, 3, change, 4. Good. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, go. Ready? Is it itch or is it H? There you go, Sensei Stephen. 2, 3, 4, go. Okay, pulling back to Heiko. 1. Just come back to Heiko. 1, 2. Good. 1. Front foot across. 2, 3. Back foot across. 4. Go. Back foot across. 1. And kakate. Very good. That's all the time we've got for that. All right. Just take a moment to stretch, flex, and I bought a piece of equipment that I purchased last year. It's been really useful to me in my home dojo. Although until recently, I didn't realize how useful it was going to become. Because when I purchased it, COVID-19 was just was absolutely a nothing. All right, so some of you may have seen something like this before. You know, this one, this particular brand here, Perfect Multi-Gym Pro. No, this is not a paid endorsement. This is just the one that I bought because it looked fairly sturdy. Anyway, there was some assembly required. It did not come out of the box like this. Anyway, this thing is absolutely fantastic, particularly for extended push-ups. So one of the main things that I use this for is popping that down that way like that. And as you can see, that creates a little, I guess, a dip bar for my chest. And when doing my planche push-ups, I like to come forward here and then come down right into the center. Actually, sorry, that would be much better the other way around. Okay, and from there now, I can really work specific areas of my body. You can see I'm actually coming past into that hekite position, and then from there, pushing up. Also great for your, things like your pike push-ups here. Oh yeah. Okay, and all those sorts of things. The real reason I wanted to show you this today was the other thing that I use it quite a lot for, and that is working my lats. So what you need is one of these and a nice solid door frame. Bye. Bye-bye. Sensei has left the building. Now, as you can see, that anchor's on there. By the way, this is not a tutorial video. Do not bring your house collapsing down and then tell your wife that or partner that it is Sensei Craig's fault and he told me to do it. Okay, now, I've attached one of my resistance tubes in here. The reason I've done that, pop your knees in that, and that will make... Okay, and that will... I haven't put my other knee in there, but now that's releasing some of the pressure on my body and will actually help me do an assisted chin-up. There, if that makes sense. Good. Okay. However, if you don't need the assistance of a tube, remember these come in different strengths. So if you get a nice strong one, that will take quite a lot of the load off. Or, of course, you can start out without the tube and then move into the tube as you get more tired. So remember when you're doing push-ups, to not be hanging off the bar like this, because this is chin-ups, people. So remember when you're doing chin-ups, to tilt your head back so that you're pulling into your lats this way when you do a chin-up. You don't want to be pulling up this way with your shoulders. You want to be pulling this way with your lats. Anyway, I think this set me back around 80, I want to say $80, $90. There are cheaper versions you can get. I have not road tested them. This one has been fantastic. I have been using it for about 7 months now. And let me tell you, just Google exercise on these. In fact, for our Patreon members, I might do a tutorial video on 10 different exercises you can do with this baby, including with tubes. Really, really good. And I can't tell you how much my lats have improved and my punch strength has improved since getting into a chin-up routine. So anyway, there you go. I thought I'd share that with you. Alrighty. So I'm going to move into a little bit of back kick training now. So I'll get you to warm your legs up, etc., etc. And then what I'd like you to do is warm up both legs for ushirogeri. So remember, as I talked about in the pre-recorded video earlier this week, for ushirogeri and ballast, okay, which is the balance of a boat, where the weight is, you want that reverse hand forward and then be working that way. Okay, so away you go. Get your legs nice and warm. Meanwhile, I'm getting a little bit too warm myself with the jacket on, so much as I love this jacket, it is going to have to come off. Sorry, Mr. Jacket. You are on your way out, buddy. Oh. Now I've got all my bits hanging out, all my wires and things. Sorry, wires and things, not other bits. Let's just tuck that away there. Then again, like I said earlier, we don't want it to look too professional, like a television studio, or people will go, Sensei's not even teaching karate anymore. It's just a karate talk show now. He's going to turn into another Master Ken. Big shout out to Master Ken, who does great work. Very, very, very serious, dangerous martial artist. Like seriously funny. Alrighty, good. Keep going there. I'm just going to set up some torture equipment for Sensei Liz. Yep. Absolutely. Sensei Liz is like, I knew there were a couple of reasons I came to training today. One was to do the interview that, I got to tell you, Sensei Liz was amazing in the interview. Absolutely amazing. The stuff she shared was incredible. It's just a shame none of you got to hear it because of our technical issues. But anyway, we will upload it later. Our apologies, guys. Technology's great when it works, and then sometimes it doesn't. It's just a shame it had to happen on such an important event. All right. Sensei Liz, would you like to pop your right ankle into the ankle bracelet? And for those of you at home, grab your tube, and whether you've got a bracelet or you're just, you're old school tough, and you're just wrapping a bit of elastic around your lower leg and using it as your monthly waxing routine. All right, so we want the resistance to be on the extension phase of the kick. So I'm going to ask Sensei Liz to turn around and face the anchor of the tube. Aha, that right leg forward. Now, yeah, just make a, now what I would do is come back and get a bit of slack on that tube. And what I'm going to encourage you to do, guys, is actually keep a bit of slack on that tube. Now, hopefully you can see that we don't have this tight. And that's because I want the first 5 kicks to have almost no tension, just so that you can get a feel for it. Same at home. If you go with too much tension to start with, it's going to mess with your technique too. Yeah, it's not an easy technique, and in fact, I might just bring that up a touch for you. Okay, so what I want you to do now is experiment with 5 back kicks versus the very light resistance. Go. How does that feel?
Terrible, but that's okay, that was me.
Terrible, but that's okay, that was me. Said every black belt ever. Good. It's an interesting feeling. It is a little different if you've got the resistance directly on your leg. For example, if you've just got a tube tied around your leg as opposed to the bracelet, because you've got the carabiner hitting the metal anchor. So it suddenly kicks in. But see, this is why we want to do this initial 5 to 8 techniques, so your body understands what it's up against. So get you to do a couple more. That's better with the posture. Good, keep that hand up. Good, nice and strong, push. That's it. Remember to keep pressure with that hand, guys. Excellent. Now from there, move back roughly 30 centimeters. Yep, so just taking a little bit of the slack out of that tube. Now try it with the increased resistance. Remember to keep that pressure there. Good. All right, now we do 10. Good, knee. Excellent. As the hip gets tired, you'll notice more flaws coming into the technique. That's okay. Good. Excellent, that's better. Excellent, good. Yeah, very nice. All right, looks like Sensei Liz is back on terra firma with that kick, so that's really good. Excellent, well done. Good, all right, and move back one more time. So another 30 centimeters or so, guys. Just so you can see now, we haven't quite tightened it, but it's now lifted off the ground. So this is the final set of 10, and then we complete the other side. Away we go. Good. And see how those sets where there wasn't a lot of tension, I mean, realistically, if we had have started at this intensity of stretch here, it would have been really difficult for balance. But now your body's got the hang of working against the tube. So those first 2 sets are really important, guys. Good. That pressure there. So pushing with this hand, even when there's no one there to assist like this, see how that creates a more strength in the core and the torso. Not tension, but strength. Very good. Excellent, that's the way. Very nice. Good. Excellent. When you've completed your 10, get some water. All right, cool. Grab some water. And switch over to the other leg. Very good. Okay, so remember with your first set on this side to start quite loose and complete 5 to 8 reps. Go. Sensei Stephen's got a good suggestion. When he was practicing Oshirageri the other day, and he's done it again tonight, not sure that we can do this with the bracelet, but what he's done with a solid tube is he's actually secured it around his instep. He's found a way to secure it and lock it onto his instep, so it's actually on his foot. So that's excellent, Sensei Stephen. Thanks for that suggestion. Being an engineer, he always comes up with these amazing ideas. Leaves me absolutely baffled. All right, so as you can see, Sensei Liz is thankfully doing this first drill with less tension. So finding your feet, I suppose, figuratively and literally speaking, finding your feet with the drill. That's the way, good job. Excellent. So remember to have that pressure with that hand, pushing forward. That will help you a lot. Yeah, good. Now, if you're lucky enough to have a partner that you train with, perhaps your partner or maybe, parent and child are training together, get a target. And that's what I'm going to do for Sensei Liz. I'm just going to get a very small kick shield. I don't want anything too big. And the reason is the focus is not how hard she's kicking, but just a sharpness. All right, so Sensei Liz, there's a little target there. Nice. I might just move back a bit because you have deceptively long legs. Yeah, exactly. You and Sensei Laura. For those of you who don't know who Sensei Laura is, that's because our interview with Sensei Liz did not air as planned. That's it, good. How many are? Knowing that counting is not Sensei Liz's strong suit, is this your final set though? I think it is. I think you've done 4, so you've got 6 to go. Our audience can see me winking. Poor Sensei Liz can't, but she knows that I am. She can hear the wink in my voice. Oh, very good. Let's stick that landing. The trouble with a shirigiri is, and I'll talk about this in a moment when we take the tube off. All right, 2 more. Good. Last one. Strong ki. Good. All right, guys. You can free yourself of the rubber prison of the tube and just shake out. Now, I mentioned that we've got a bit of an issue with the shirigiri and with back kick, and the issue, Sensei Liz, is of course balance. Because if you stand in kamae, you'll notice when people do a shirigiri with a spin, in order to facilitate the spin, we put our feet in line. Of course, then with your feet in line, as long as you're not an absolute muhu and kick yourself, you'll notice that balance isn't so much of an issue because my weight is on this line. Part of the problem we've got is if we're doing a shirigiri and we've got this... Okay, so let's grab this. This is ye old thigh wacky stick, old leg toughener, old Bessie. If I put that there, you'll know that, with our traditional Shidori stance, forward stance, Kiondachi, we've got this gap between the feet here. Now, the issue is that my weight is directly in the center. What's the first thing that's going to happen, Sensei Liz, when I lift this foot off the ground? Yep, so my weight, when I lift my foot, if I'm standing like this, my weight is already going to go that way. Now, the human body does not like to be off balance, so what I'm going to do is I am going to create some sort of crutch that kind of helps me not feel that. And there's a really good chance it won't be a good, useful one. So from here, what I'll probably end up doing is throwing my body at the kick and then landing over here all off balance. As opposed to, now I can't stand on that, but I can probably bring my feet a lot closer together. So bringing my feet more in line. Thanks, Bessie. Okay, so from here, if I bring my feet more in line now, perhaps I put my, I guess you could call it back foot, all right, just on that side of the line, the metatarsal there. And this one just on that side. So they don't need to be in line, but just pull. I mean, I really couldn't fit even that Joe there between my feet there. It's that narrow. Okay, so I'm almost standing on a tightrope. It's that narrow. And then from there, when I lift this leg, my weight is already over this other leg. Yes, you see? Much easier. Well, that was, I spoke without thinking. It's not easier, it's more natural, it's easier to balance, I guess. All right, so just, so play around, guys. So what I'd like you to do now is just, excuse me, make a kamae position. All right? Quite narrow, and experiment with kicking off a more narrow base. You'll find that your weight doesn't shift around as much. It's already over that line. So you guys have a go, and I'll help Sensei Liz here. How's that feel?
Weird actually without the resistance, but
Yeah.
in terms of balance, much better.
Much better. So can I just get you to kick your head up? Guys, don't drop your head when you kick. Although, if you're going to drop, if a rookie, not that you are, but if a rookie at a shirigiri is going to drop their head on any kick, this is the most common one. I've noticed over the last 20-some years of teaching, that people who don't normally drop their head on other kicks will drop their head on a shirigiri. I think it's just the sort of looking at their feet and looking down. So make sure you keep your head up. And you know what helps is if you've got a partner and they can provide you with that little bit of resistance here. See how that forces Sensei Liz to connect through the shoulders and not collapse the upper body when she kicks. So you can do this at home with a wall. For example, you could stand quite close to the wall here and then kick and keep that pressure there. The only problem is the wall doesn't push back. See, if Sensei Liz relaxes her hand here, if Sensei Liz relaxes, so relax your hand, see my hand's going to push it back. The wall's not going to do that. So she could, if this is a wall and she relaxes her hand, she could collapse into the wall as she kicks. So just remember that a wall is not going to be as good, however it is useful. You've got to be more mindful though. Anyway, I'll get you to complete 10 kicks on one side of the body, right leg forward for example, right leg kicking, off that narrower base, then 10 kicks on the other side. Way you go. Good. Excellent, well done. Very nice, Sensei Liz. Good, that's better. Excellent. Completing the other side of the body now. Excellent. Very nice. Just remember, guys, with your hikite, so just make sure that the elbow's pointing straight back. Don't hook it around your body, okay? Because then your technique will follow the elbow. Same as if it points out here and does that chicken wing thing. Technique will follow that. Make sure your elbow's pointing straight back. That's good, Sensei Liz. Excellent. And relax. Good. I'd highly recommend after we bow out, that you do a little bit of stretching would be a great idea. Particularly those inner pelvic muscles, adductors, things like that. So well done, guys. I'd just like to thank not only Sensei Liz, but our amazing senior group, our amazing elite advanced group of really patient people who stuck with us in that first 10 minutes of this session. Amazingly, Sensei Liz, there were over 60 views of your interview that never actually aired. So that tells me that people were really looking forward to that interview, and that's really promising and really exciting. There were several comments when the screen finally did come up, like, oh my goodness, look at that, that looks great. And then unfortunately, there was nothing else. So thank you guys. Unfortunately for us, that was the first time in the last, since we started live streaming and creating online content, that we've had technical issues. It's just such a shame that it had to happen on something that I was really looking forward to, and I think we all were. So we apologise for that, but we will make sure we get the recording of that interview up for you guys to watch, and we shall burn that other one that is there at the moment to the ground and then salt the earth, so and let us never speak its evil name again. But Sensei Liz, thank you for joining me in Samurai Dojo tonight. Not only for the fantastic origin story and information you shared with us earlier, but for your warm up and your training and your inspiration that you provide to the female students, not only the adult female students, but in particular our young girls and young women training in the dojo. I'm going to drop some names here. We've got people out there like our Alices and our Kaylas and our Skies, and some amazing young girls training in our dojo. And we're just, and not just me, but all of us here at Samurai Karate International, Samurai Karate Croydon, and in the Samurai Virtual, the emerging Samurai Virtual Dojo. We're so proud and so lucky to have an inspirational, confident, #strong, #confident woman like yourself training with us. So thank you. It's an absolute pleasure. And if there weren't social distancing requirements, I would give you a hug. Okay, but for now, thanks for joining us in the Samurai Virtual Dojo, guys. From myself and Sensei Liz, we'll bow out and say a fond adieu. Otagani, right? See you next time in the Samurai Virtual Dojo. Os. Thanks, Sensei Liz. Great job.